Hi, everyone. This is a guided meditation and exercise to use when you're feeling anxious at bedtime and having difficulty sleeping. If you're not already laying down, you can do so now. And take a moment to get comfortable. Ask your body if there's something that you can do to help it feel a little bit more comfortable. Do you need a different pillow? Do you need a different blanket? Maybe a stretch? Just taking this extra moment to check in with yourself and see what you can do to make yourself a little bit more comfortable while we get started. And once you're settled, we're just going to take a moment and do a little bit of shaking in the body to move out any excess energy. So we're going to start by just shaking out our hands. And you can imagine that you've just washed your hands and you're flicking the water off of them. That's about as gentle as you need to go. Just shaking out the hands for now and allowing the rest of the body to be still. Then we're going to move that movement up into the arms and shake out the arms. Knowing that there's no right or wrong way to do this. If you find yourself wondering if you're doing it right, just give yourself a gentle reminder that there's no way to do it wrong, and that you're just moving the arms. We're going to continue shaking for another few seconds. And then we're going to place the arms at your side and allow them to just settle. Then we're going to put our attention on your feet. And we'll start off doing a few ankle circles to the right. And then switching to the left. And then we're going to bring our shaking movement back and start to shake out the legs. Now you can do one leg at a time if that's easier. You can do them both at the same time. And if keeping your legs in the air feels a little too challenging, you can also keep them on the bed and just do some very subtle kicks, as if you were in the water, just doing the backstroke and kicking your feet. So we're going to stay here for a moment, moving out some of the extra energy in the body. Giving everything a good kick. Kicking those legs, shaking those legs. And then letting them rest. Now we're going to take a breath in together, in through the nose, and let that out through the mouth slowly. Let's do that again. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. And then continue breathing at a pace that feels comfortable to you. And just allow the body to start to settle. Allow the body to unwind and start to become a little bit more relaxed. You may notice some energy in the body, particularly in the arms and the legs, from all of that movement. And you can just observe it. Notice it slowly starting to come down, slowly starting to settle. We're going to take a couple more breaths together, but this time on the exhalation, I want you to let out an audible sigh. So on your next natural breath, taking a breath in through the nose, and then out with a sigh. Let's do that again. In through the nose, and out with a bigger sigh. And just allow your body to breathe normally and find its own rhythm as we put our attention back on your legs. Let's put our attention on the part of the bed that's holding up our legs. Tuning in to the feeling of being held and the feeling of being supported. Now we're going to add in a little progressive relaxation and work on creating some tension in our muscles and then releasing that tension. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to point our toes, and we'll do this in time with our breath. So let me explain it first before we do the action. We're going to breathe in through the nose, point your toes, hold that, hold the tension, and then we're going to let out through the mouth, and we're going to release the tension and just allow our muscles to relax. And we'll do that in a few places of the body, but we're always going to do it in time with our breathing. Okay? So on your next natural breath in through your nose, we're going to point those toes. So we should feel a good tension in the calves, potentially the higher parts of the legs, certainly in the feet, holding it tight, feeling that tension, and then releasing as you release your breath and allow the body to relax, just breathing normally. Noticing the muscles starting to relax after that tension. Noticing the muscles feeling a little bit heavier. And we're going to do that again. So next natural breath in through the nose and point your toes. Creating that tension, holding those muscles tight, and releasing as you breathe out. And then breathing normally while those muscles in your legs start to relax and unwind. The next movement we're going to do is flexing the feet. And again, we'll do that in time with our breathing. So taking a breath in through the nose, flexing the feet, feeling that tension created in the legs, holding that tight, and releasing with the out breath. And then being still. Breathing normally. Allowing the body to rest. Okay, then we'll do that again. In through the nose. Flexing the feet. Holding those muscles tight. Keeping everything tense. And then releasing with the out breath through your mouth. And allow the legs to relax. Breathing normally. Bringing our attention back to the legs. And just noticing them feeling a little bit heavier. Feel the weight of your legs being supported by the bed. And sinking into the bed as they feel heavier and heavier. Allowing the legs to be still. Reminding our body that it's safe to be still. It's safe for our legs to relax. It's safe to be still. Now we're going to put our attention on our arms. For this part of the exercise, you are going to flex your arms as if you were showing off your biceps. Again, we'll do this with our breathing, so in through the nose, holding the flex, and then releasing the muscles at the same time that we let our breath out through our mouths. Okay, ready? On your next natural breath in through the nose, we're going to flex our biceps, hold those muscles tight, feeling it in the arms, holding it tight, and then releasing with the out breath, allowing the arms to come to your sides, and slowly starting to unravel, starting to release any built-up tension in the arms. Letting them lie there and just relax for another moment. And then we will do it again. So your next natural breath in through the nose, and then flexing those arms, holding them really tight, showing off those biceps, and releasing with your out breath. And allowing your arms to come to your sides with your palms faced up. Breathing normally now and noticing your muscles starting to relax. Noticing that your arms are feeling a little heavier. Putting attention on the feeling of those arms being supported by the bed. The feeling of those arms getting heavier and heavier and sinking into the mattress. Let's take a breath here together, in through the nose, and then let it out with a sigh. One more time, in through the nose, and then out with a sigh. Noticing that your arms are feeling heavier and allowing them to rest. Allowing your arms to be still. And remembering that it's safe to be still. Next, we're going to concentrate on the two places where we hold a lot of tension from bracing when we're dealing with anxiety: the stomach and the shoulders. So as we take a breath in through the nose, we're going to suck our stomach muscles in and create tension in the stomach. And we're also going to bring our shoulders to our ears. And then with the out breath, of course, we will relax those. Okay. In through the nose, bringing your shoulders up to your ears, sucking your stomach in, holding everything tight, and then releasing with the exhale. Let the body relax. Breathe at a pace that feels good to you. And just notice as those muscles start to release, start to unwind. Let's do that again. In through the nose, shoulders up to your ears, holding the stomach in, creating tension, holding it tight. And releasing. And then breathing normally. Allowing the body to release its bracing, to release that tension. In this area, we're going to do one more time. So in through the nose, shoulders up, holding the stomach tight, creating that tension, and releasing out through the mouth. And then breathe normally. And allow the body to unwind, to start to relax a little bit more. Noticing the space between the shoulders and the ears. Noticing the release of the tension in your stomach. And feeling the support from the bed as your whole body now becomes heavier and heavier and starts to relax. Taking a breath here in through the nose and letting it out with a sigh. One more time, in through the nose, letting out a big sigh. Letting the body settle. While we move on to our final stop, the face. So we'll take an inhale in through the nose, and then we're going to scrunch our faces up and activate as many muscles as we can in the face. Now this is going to look a little bit different for everybody. Remember that there's no way to do it wrong. I generally suggest bringing your eyebrows up, scrunching up your nose and your cheeks, either sticking out your tongue or bringing your jaw forward, trying to create tension in the cheeks, the jaw, and the forehead. Okay, and then of course, releasing those muscles with the out breath. So on your next natural breath in through the nose, and then we're going to hold all of those muscles tight, scrunching the face, creating some tension, the eyebrows, the nose, the cheeks, the jaw, and then releasing with the out breath. Breathe normally. Checking in with the face. Let's do that again. In through the nose, creating tension in the face, holding everything tight, and then releasing with that out breath. And then breathing normally and allowing the muscles in the face to relax. Checking in with the eyebrows and the forehead, making sure that they're relaxed. Checking in with the cheeks and noticing them feeling heavier. And checking in with the jaw, making sure that the jaw isn't clenched. Consciously allowing the jaw to release. And let all the muscles in the face relax. Taking a breath in through the nose and a big sigh out with the mouth. And if it feels good to do so, I'm going to invite you to put one hand on your stomach and one hand on your chest. And notice your whole body becoming more and more relaxed. Notice your whole body feeling heavy and being supported by the bed. Noticing your whole body becoming still. Allowing our bodies to be still. And reminding yourself that it's safe to be still. It's safe to go to sleep. It's safe for you to relax. Reminding yourself, this is how it feels to be relaxed. It's safe for me to be still. It's safe for me to rest. And I hope you have a wonderful rest.